everybody, it's day 77 and the prompt today is for inspired by a poem. And so I was watching Robin Marie typewriting on tea bags and thought I would give that a go. So I've already pre-done something because the typewriter is incredibly loud, but I'll just do a little quick show and tell of what I did. Basically, you are going to have to just find a nice, oh, that's a nice bit. Use some masking tape to stick your tea bag down. Get the little extra tea leaves off it. Once they're dry, you can brush them off, no problems. Alright, I won't, I'll probably just turn the sound down when I do this. I'll just do a couple of one line or something. We were so excited to get computers and now it's actually exciting to use a typewriter. Alright, so that's stuck down a little bit. Let's bring that back. Can you see? Oh, I'll zoom it in on the video when I'm editing. Okay, so I've got this little poem. You kissed my flaws and made them perfect. You touched my fears and made me brave. You loved my brokenness and made me whole, by Anita Kruzan. So I've already typed out a verse and a verse, and this one I found it was a bit dark. I also realised the red was working much better on this old typewriter that I've got, and the black wasn't working so well, so I just figured I'd do this last sentence. So I'll see how it sounds on the video. If it's really too loud, I'll just turn down this section. Just made it. Okay, let me move this out of the way. I don't know about you, but I end up with a pile of stuff on the floor that I have to clean up afterwards. Okay, so that's how that works. So I've got these little extras to do. Now, it's okay not having the entire quote because, or poem, I have pre-prepared. Okay, so this is a canvas pad. I've showed it before, and I just got this, like $7 for 10 sheets and 280 GSM, already gesso primed. And I did a painting on one, and I found that it soaked up and got very wet really quickly, and it was a little bit annoying. So this time, well, you know, obviously you've got to practice with your materials and see what happens with them. This time I decided I would inkjet print and see what happened. And so I've printed up a couple of different images and blended them together, and then over the top I've printed up the poem. And I was a bit annoyed that the name of the person who wrote it, Anita Cruzan, was a little bit hidden, so I kind of went over that with a little bit of a pen. But I thought that I would just keep adding a bit more multimedia, make it a little bit more multimedia. Just going to put those over there. This was also one of the things I wanted to mention. This, I think this is just a normal tea bag. I tend to favour rooibos tea, rooibos or rooibos, however you say it, and it comes up with a very, I like the rusty look, I like that. It's a very orange tea. It's got no tannin apparently, or it looks to me like it's got a lot of tannin coming up in that colour. No caffeine though. Okay, so I've got those ready to go, little bits. Put what I didn't use back in my little tea bag pot. Now I've got this one too. I'm going to just stress this one a little bit. Thought it was a cute little poem. So I've got two choices here. I could use some gesso and bring this all back, or I could paste down and then gesso where I want to over the top, and I think that that is what I'm favouring because these are so delicate and you really can't read them. This is meant to come out, so I'll probably pull back a lot of that around it. I've also got this version. I'm wondering how far to go into the border or whether I want to keep that white border there. I don't know what happened with this, just must have happened in the printer. I kind of like it, it adds an effect. Alright, I'm thinking I'm Mod Podging down on that and then looking at what to do after that. So these are just old antique found on the internet. This is from a it's probably from the biodiversity Heritage Library. However, I got it on someone else's site, which means they probably downloaded it from the biodiversity. But anyway, it's a Heritage Botanical print, and this is definitely off the biodiversity heritage. It's some drawings of some old archways, sort of old Rome, and I've put on a little snippet of one of my sepia printables, which is a bit of butterfly, a bit of type and pattern. Yeah, all right. Just thinking, do I need to mention any more things? But basically, the way I made this, that's what I'll mention, just in case you want to have a go. I did one pass with that picture, and what I did was I just kept doing passes. So every time I worked out what I wanted to put on next, I would put it in a Word doc, position it where I wanted it to print out, and then print. Just going to protect that writing because I did go over it. So I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes, 6 with the poem. So 6 times I've run this through my printer. I've got an Epson Echo print, and it goes, the edge is just as good as copy paper, and it's a little bit stronger, and it just went through absolutely perfectly, so I'm really happy with that. All right, where will we put these? I was having a think that this morning that a lot of what I do seems to be an in-the-moment experiment of, I haven't tried that before, what happens? And, sometimes I was thinking maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe this perfection thing is I don't know, maybe I should be thinking more about it. But really, I think it's good to show that we all learn things and we're all here learning as we go. I like this one. I actually still want to be able to read the actual poem there. So that's my take today. I've probably said it before. I'll probably say it again. The creative journey is one of experimenting and finding out things and having fun and seeing what happens. I'm finding that this Mod Podge is working really well with the canvas. I don't think I'd Mod Podged on this canvas before. These tea bags work really well with decoupage. And I think also that the canvas is really taking it very well because it's not too wet, and it's not buckling up because it's not thin paper in the background. Okay, now I wish I'd have brought my lace and stuff with me, but I'll just pop around and get it. just while I'm here, I'm having a moment to stand up and have a bit more of a distance look at it. I'm liking it. Actually, this is a bit stretchy, this leaf. So I've gone out of my border, as my painting teacher used to say, get outside the page. Thanks, Steve. Fabulous teacher. The organic growth of a piece of work, I'm really just imagining. I have a preconceived idea that I will probably add more after, like multimedia, add some colour, paints maybe Poscas, I don't know. So the interesting thing is sometimes I can start thinking, yeah, that's going to have this other layer and this is going to have this, and I'll get into it and I'll look at it and go, actually it doesn't need anything more. I'm just making sure I've got even Mod Podge so the seal is even all over in case that's where I finish. Don't think I've finished yet. Also, I have no idea what I'm using this for. I didn't come into this page particularly thinking of a signature for a book or anything like that. It may be that I just make it a printable. Who knows? All right. This is really nice bunched up, but it's actually really clear. And I wanted to add a little bit of colour. I wanted to, also with the typewriter, sorry, the black was really not working. I can't remember if I said that because this is a bit longer, later since I started. So that's why I did it in red. I probably did say that, but who knows? I don't know. I've forgotten already. And quite a big thick layer here. I think now that I've brought that purple check in that I am wanting it to really tie in. Here we go. Alright, another stand back. I like that white lace and I feel that it's, alright, so from my perspective looking at this, that's very clunky. This one isn't, it's all, but that's like this just blank square there. So let's do that. time for the cheesecloth, or the cotton, or whatever you want to think it is. The box I made. Cute little box. My cute little gothic tropical vibes box. Loving the 100-day project for all the little bits and pieces I'm making along the way, for sure. Just going to fray it a bit. Get a bit of a fray up. There you go. Oh, some of the threads are coming out of the middle. I love it. Oh, look, you can get a pattern. Oh, I love that. That's great. Let's get some more out. Just started raining and the sun went in. Sorry, I hope it didn't go too dark on my camera. Now I think I would like to let this dry. I might let it dry naturally. I actually don't. It just doesn't feel right to use the hairdryer for this time round. So maybe it's I must know something ahead of time. I imagine this is very plastic, and that could maybe burn. So I'm just using my intuition and acknowledging it doesn't feel quite right. So this I will come back when it is dry. So yes, I'll see you when I come back. Okay, bye.